All right, hello, I'm digital content producer Jacob Five. Thank you for joining me at the WHSV Digital Desk. Today we're going to talk about a really interesting case from Rockingham County history. Now, they've been going through some of their files in the archives, preserving, digitizing, and throughout this process they've discovered a lot of stuff that has been missing and hasn't been seen for a very, very long time. One of these stories was a 1799 indictment which claimed that one man, Nicholas Weatherholtz, and several others were conspiring to kill George Washington. Now, this is a really interesting case and also is a really interesting deep dive into how historical preservation and recovery works. So I spoke with Deputy Clerk of the Rockingham County Circuit Court, Megan Schumann, and she told me a little bit about the case and about the preservation that they're doing.
Here in the Valley, we had both Loyalists and Patriots, and there was a lot of pressure, societal pressure, to lean one way or the other, and not everybody was happy with the result and the outcome of General George Washington becoming our new president for the United States and the early republic. What we found from this paper, and it's just a small paper, one page, that was folded up inside another folder, and nobody knew about it. So when I was able to find this piece of paper, we were scanning through it, seeing if we could find whatever words that popped up, and I said, George Washington, United States Continental Congress, the King Tyrant George. What fabulous language, and not only from the passion of Nicholas Weatherholtz, but from the person writing this indictment, with the accusatory language and extreme bias. It was just a story that we had to tell. So, and hopefully it will be able to spark further interest and further researchers for the students at local high schools, as well as James Madison University and all the other colleges that we have here in Rockingham County. It looked like a regular indictment from early on in the 18th century, pieces of paper, and it was all written in beautiful cursive. And so skimming through it, we saw Commonwealth of Virginia, again, the special names. It looked like any other indictment until, again, we were able to find George Washington, Continental Congress, Tories, assassination attempt. So those words, are going to grab your attention. You have to do something with this treasure that we were able to uncover. Mr. Nicholas Weatherholtz was summoned by Martin Wetzel for a full sum of 10,000 pounds of money to Virginia. So the fact that they're still not using the U.S. currency and they're still using the British pound, fascinating. And so I said, we should look more into this. And then I found that the words Tyrant George, King of Great Britain, stuck out to me, as well as it says several other Tories and enemies of the United States. The language here, it's so accusatory, slightly biased, and it made me wonder who's writing this, why are they using this language, and that is going to be another story for later, when we are able to actually dig and find more about this. It would have been a very big deal to be accused of being an enemy of the United States. A lot of patriots worked very, very hard. This wasn't that far after the Revolutionary War. We still have all of the muster rolls, and for the militia, those who had served from what was Augusta County but are now full residents of Rockingham County. So having this small piece to compare it to all of the great patriot stories that we have here in the courthouse today, tries to balance out and really show the voices and the opinions of the time period here in Rockingham.
Do we know anything about, anything outside of this paper relating to this case?
No, we don't. We've been looking really, really hard, and we're still coming up with brand new items, stories, even today. So we're keeping an eye open. Being a courthouse, which started in 1778. And unfortunately, we lose a lot of documents, especially during the Civil War, when a lot of our own records were burned by soldiers. So to be able to see part of a case and not know the full extent and the full story, or not have the newspaper articles or the diaries, for example, too, that might not necessarily come from here in our repository or archive, but they might be able to reach out and cross-reference other resources that we have, such as JMU Libraries, Rocktown History, Historical Society. So we hope to find these partnerships to get more students interested and yearn for more of the details that we're looking for. It is incredibly frustrating, and you're always trying to fish for more information. So I'm looking forward to hopefully eventually finding something.
All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed that digital story. You can learn more about this and see some of our other digital exclusives over on WHSV.com. Definitely let us know what you thought about this. They're actually doing a really cool series called Histories Along the Blue Ridge. And they're going to do a little series about true crime stories in the Shenandoah Valley, which will actually come out every Thursday. So we'll give you the latest news and details on those cases. And if anyone has any questions, you can either contact us on the Facebook page, send us an email, or you can comment on this video. We're going to try and get to as many as possible. So that'll do it for me. Once again, thank you all for joining. Stay tuned for the next one, hopefully coming out very soon. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day.